everyone. It's kind of weird. I don't hear any of you, and I have to speak for about an hour and hour and a half. So, for the ones who don't know me, my name is Snur, and I have a background in information technology, and I worked and studied information technology. And currently, I have been interested in management, entrepreneurship, startup building, and also all the soft skills and leadership skills that are uh, important or essential in management and entrepreneurship. And I talked about my background because I want to tell you I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a neurologist, a social worker, or even a religious person. So I am just as normal as those people in those topics. So I just talk about this topic, optimizing brain and staying motivated as soft skills that are essential for any specialization or any field. Um, so why I chose this subject, and I want to talk about this subject, it is because it all started last year when I had I'll call it a failure, but I've gone through so many failures. But last year when I faced that failure, um, I tried to show up and don't give up. So I started listening to many successful and productive entrepreneurs and how they have become who they are now, what they have gone through in their lives to get to that success. I've also listened to so many motivational videos, thousands of motivational videos on YouTube and hundreds of TED Talks. So that is how I have accumulated all the information that I want to share with you now. And another reason, additional reason for this is the situation that we are in now, the COVID-19 outbreak and the global lockdown that has had a huge impact on our mood. Currently, it causes mental strains and emotional stress. So I hope what I'm going to talk about will help you in the long run. That has helped me in the long run as well to achieve your life goals, and in the short run to defeat the situation and get out of the situation with better skill, new mindset, and new ideas. Sorry, because of a recent surgery that I have had, I sometimes have some difficulty in breathing, so don't mind that, please. Okay, so you can, okay. So I'm going to start the real subject, which is optimizing brain. Before starting, I want to give you a metaphor of how we improve our brain, how we improve the performance of our brain or our memory. So I'll give you a metaphor of going to the gym or working on your body. So most of us, we want to get fit, get in shape, and strengthen our muscles. So what do we do if we want that? First, we go to gym and work out frequently and control our food diet. I would tell you that it's the same for brain. If you want to strengthen the muscle of your brain, or if you want to improve the performance of your brain, you have to do the same thing. Control your diet and exercise. So how do we do that? At this time, or let's talk about some people who say though, oh, I really enjoy walking. I really enjoy washing the dishes because it's so relaxing for my mind. I can't think about anything. And in this situation, we are not working. We don't interact with people. So what we do is all relaxing. If we go back to the metaphor of the muscles, this not this situation of not doing anything is just like laying in the bed. It's okay when you work out or you work hard and you just come back and relax. That's okay for one day. That's okay for 2 days. But after a while, after a week, two, three, and a month or 2 months, then you get fat. You lose your shape. It's the same for your mind. We are like either we are self-quarantined or the lockdown is imposed on us. So if we continue like this for the rest of the time, then our brain will be shrinking as we are getting fat in the case of the muscles, in the case of our body, right? So we have to exercise our brain in order for it to work well or to still improve our brain. So I'm going to share you some exercises or some tips that will help you keep your brain as it is now. So basically, the exercises is the combination of some exercises that they have created for my own life. You can also create the combination of your exercises. It's just like going to one gym, a trainer tells you some trainings or some exercises that is good for your biceps or some trainings that are good for your triceps. But at the end, after you try them all, you know which one is the best for your body. So you just choose from each one and create your combination, and then that is what makes the routine or the workout routine that you are using daily. So it's the same for us. I have I've listened to so many people, so many entrepreneurs, so many actors, and successful people who are using those exercises to improve their brains. So basically, what is the result that we are expecting from those exercises is our brain to focus on the present time. We don't want our brain to think about future or to think about the past. So what we do is that we exercise our brain so that we can focus at this moment, the present moment. Um, Today, I listened to a TEDx talk, and it was saying that a group of Harvard researchers, they did a research and they found out that our brain is wandering 47% of the time. That is crazy. Like, we think about future or we think about the past almost half of our time. That's disaster. And also in the same research, they found out that if we focus, if we don't focus on the present, means future or past, we tend to be less happy. So now we want to be happier. And let's start with the very first thing. That is the most important thing, is that I know most, especially the courts, they will be very mad at me, and most of them are going to leave the webinar now. I'm sure about that. When I say this, wake up early in the morning. I cannot stress this more. If you, the psychologists say that the type of energy that you have in the morning, it lasts for the rest of the day. So if you are active, if you have positive energy in the morning, then you're going to have positive energy for the rest of the day. If you have negative energy in the morning, then it's going to last for the rest of the day. So if you wake up early, then that energy, that achievement will last for the rest of the day. I actually want to show you my journal, that I have my morning routine. When I wake up every day, I've sketched. I'm very bad at painting, so don't judge me. And these are my routine for every day when I wake up. So this is me with my messy hair, okay? I'm going to share with you this. These morning routines can change from person to person, but this is what I think is the most uh, useful one for me, and that works on me. I have tried them. The very first thing that I do before that, no phone, no electronic devices. Why? Sometimes you just wake up to a notification, to a message with a very negative message from someone, with an email saying that, oh, you got a warning from work. And then you start your day with a negative uh, thought, with a negative energy. And that will affect all your day. So please turn off your electronic devices. Don't check your phone at least for 1 hour or two. So don't use your phone. And the first thing that you do when you open your eyes, try to remember your dreams. This I found out a while ago, because I'm very bad at remembering dreams. So the first thing that I do now is remembering my dreams. Why? Because the psychologists say that most of the good ideas, most of the creative ideas are coming from the dreams that we have at night. So take some moments when you wake up, when you open your eyes, just to remember your dreams. After doing that, then take the first decision, do the first task, which is, the decision is to get out of the bed. Get out of the bed and make up your bed. This is the second thing that I will do. Get out of the bed, make up your bed, for two reasons. You are making the first decision of your day, the first right decision of the day, and you are doing the first task of the day. When you do one task, which is the very first task, then you will be encouraged to do the second, the third, and the rest of the task of the day. If you don't do the first one, then you will be discouraged, and then you are not going to do anything else. The second reason for doing your bed, for making your bed, is when you are tired and you come back home, you come back to a made up bed. What is the greatest thing in the world? Even if you are tired, if you are disappointed in something, at least you will have a made up bed. There's nothing greater than that. And the third thing is brushing up my teeth. Most of you will be like, so what is this? We are brushing our teeth as well, right? Okay, but mine is different. So we always hear that our mind will control our body. But in research, they found out that our body movements will also affect on our mind. So what I do is that when I brush my teeth, I'm right-handed. I use my left hand to wash my teeth. As I said, our purpose in these exercises is to focus on the present. Sometimes when you do things, like if I brush my teeth with my right hand, it's just nothing. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to be in the present. I can think about anything else. But when I'm using my left hand, I have to think about it, because it's not a routine. It's not something for me that I'm used to it. So I have to think about it to brush my teeth. This is the third one. The fourth one is having a glass of water, which is very important to become hydrated. Talking about that. So, and this is also important for the rest of the day, to have 2 liters of water in a day. And then I meditate. Most of you will say that, oh, I'm not a religious person, or I'm not a spiritual person. I don't like such kind of things. I'm not too. So this is very different. We do meditate for mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is focusing on the present. It's focusing on the present. And I will introduce you to a basic technique of mindfulness. Is you can just sit down and comfortably, then choose an object, look at that object, and say, this is this. For example, a glass, a computer, a pillow, I don't know, a bottle of water, remote control, whatever. Just look at the object, say, this is the object, without going to details or the features of the object. Just say, this is the object, and breathe deeply. Inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. And just focus on that object, or you can close your eyes. If you can close your eyes. During this process, thoughts are coming to your mind. That's okay. Everyone wants to think about anything else rather than that. The toxic relationship that you are in, the friend that you had a fight with, your family that has a problem, your breakfast that you have to go to prepare, the exam that you are going to have, anything that is coming to your mind, it's okay. You can just simply observe those thoughts, saying, oh, that thought came to my mind. So just imagine those thoughts to become balloons and going away from your head, going away from your brain. Why we are doing that? Because we don't want to think about future, we don't want to think about past. We want to think about this moment. And this moment is focusing on your breath. So just come back to your breath and observe your breath. Whenever those thoughts are coming, just make them a balloon and let them leave. This takes a lot of time. You can do this 10 minutes per day, to 20 minutes based on that you have. This takes a lot of time, so don't worry about that. And then after this, having breakfast and writing your journal. So breakfast, you have to choose the food that are good for your brain. I am going to mention some of the food. I actually have written them down. Yes, so eggs, avocado, blueberry, walnut, turmeric, green leaves, dark chocolate, broccoli, coconut oil. And for the ones who eat seafood, I don't eat seafood, salmon is those food that I mentioned are the good ones for brain, that you can eat them in the morning. You can even like make a smoothie of those food. Please don't mix the eggs and the salmon with the others, but you can mix the other to make a smoothie, the green leaves, the blueberry, and avocado, all of them, and you can have it for your breakfast. And then writing journal. So basically writing a journal is just like talking to someone. When you don't have someone to talk to, or sometimes you cannot just say whatever in your mind to someone, you can have your journal. You can write anything in your journal. I'm just giving you some ideas that I'm using for my journal. It can be like daily journal that talking about what is happening in your life, how you're feeling, and what is happening to you. Yeah, so these are some of the I'm actually using icons for some of the subjects that I'm using. For example, dreams, frustration, ideas, letter. It can be a letter to anyone. You are not necessarily sending the letter to someone, but you just need to express your feelings and just get rid of it. So your ideal day, maybe. Gratitude, what you are thankful for. Your bucket list, your goals. Answer your own questions. Sometimes you might have questions, you can answer them yourself. Okay, and I'm going to show you one example, maybe my gratitude. So this is a symbol for gratitude. And I have written something in my gratitude list for 2020. So I'll just give you some example. A roof to stay under, having a house, good health, the love of family and friends, good education, freedom, clean environment. These are some of the things that I'm grateful for. And you can also have your own list. And then I have like the idea list. You can just do whatever makes you feel better in your journal. So, and yeah, the last thing is reading. I'm not a good reader. I don't really like reading books. I'd rather listen to online courses or YouTube videos, TED Talks, and such kind of things to learn. But in the morning, I devote 20 to 60 minutes based on the time that I have to read. And there is one more thing. It's called shower. I I wrote optional because I only take cold shower in summer. I even used hot shower for summer. So sometimes when I can, I take the hot shower. It's actually psychologically and scientifically is the best thing to do because scientifically it helps you, your blood circulation to flow faster, and it keeps you awake. So if you are a fan of cold shower, you can take cold shower in the morning, but that doesn't really work for me. So these are my morning routines. And now I'm going to introduce you to 10 techniques that will help you improve your brain. And these techniques are Jim Quick's techniques, which is who's a coach to some Hollywood actors and some famous entrepreneurs like Bill Gates and Elon Musk. And I found about this guy like 2 weeks ago. I was already doing some of those techniques, but when he introduced me to those techniques, I was really impressed. And now I have a better idea. So if you are taking notes, please don't take note of those techniques that I'm telling you because I want to try one thing. I'm just try to remember the techniques in order, the 10 techniques in order. I'll ask you, after I mention all of them, I'll ask you to remember them and we'll see if you remember them in order. So the first thing is, good diet. Good diet for your brain. So you are what you eat. So you have to have good food for your brain. The second thing is killing ants. What is ants? Automatic negative thoughts. I'm not smart enough to do that. I cannot do that. Just get rid of those things. You can do it. The third thing is exercising. Exercise your body. Just anything. It can be going to the gym. It can be running. It can be playing tennis. It can be football. It can be anything. Okay? The fourth thing is brain nutrients. Sometimes you don't get all the nutrient that you need from your food diet, so you have to take supplements like, for example, vitamins B12, omega-3. For example, for me, I don't eat seafood, so I have to take omega-3 from supplements. 5, positive peer groups. There's a saying, it says, tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are. So in order to become something that you want to become, you have to become friends with those kind of people. If you want to be a good reader, you have to become friends with good readers. If you want to become a good entrepreneur, you have to become friends with good entrepreneurs. So this is fifth. Sixth is clean environment. Clean environment. You, if your house is clean, if your desk is uncluttered, you focus more, don't you? Right? So keep your house clean, keep your room clean so that you can focus more, you become more productive. 7, sleep. Sleep is very important. You have to sleep from 6 hours to 8 hours, at least 6 hours a day. It's very important for your brain to relax 6 to 8 hours a day. And then brain protection. If you're playing some dangerous sports, or you think that you are going to hurt your brain, you have to use brain protection like helmet. Your brain is resilient, but it's also fragile, so you have to take care of it. 9 is new learning. You have to become familiar with new ideas every day, new learning, new idea, new information, new knowledge. 10 is stress management. So you have to manage your stress to be more focused on the present. Now I'll give you some time, and let's see, you can test yourself and see if you remember of those points that I have mentioned. I bet most of you don't. You might remember some of them, but not all of them. So I'm going to tell you a technique that you can remember those things easily. So based on Jim Quick, that our mind, or the information that we learn, if we associate them with locations, we tend to remember them easier. We can remember, we can learn and not forget them. So for example, you have the key, your car keys, your door key, and you're coming back home and you just put it on the coffee table, just put it on the kitchen table, then you forget where you put it, right? Because it's not in its place. But if you hang it on the key holder, once you go out and you want the keys, you just go to the key holder and you'll take your key. That is because you know the location. It's the same with the information that we learn. We always have our body, so we can use our body to remember the information that we learn. Now we are taking some of our body, like the top, nose, in this order, okay? Top, nose, mouth, ears. So top, nose, mouth, ears, throat, shoulder, throat, shoulder, collar, shoulder, throat, shoulder, collar, fingers, belly, seat. Okay? And now let's repeat the techniques that we said, and we will associate them with each location. So the first thing is the food brain, the brain food, top. Your brain needs food. So imagine something with the information that you learn with your brain. Brain food, top. Second thing is killing ants. Just imagine ants coming out of your nose. Automatic negative thoughts. Second, mouth, exercising. Imagine your mouth exercising, okay? And nutrients, brain nutrients. Imagine vitamins and omega-3 are coming out of your ears. Throat, imagine two people, it's positive peer groups. Imagine two people are standing here and they are connecting and interacting with each other. Okay, and then clean environment. shoulder. We're associating the clean environment to shoulder. Just imagine a garden of trees and flowers and very clean on your shoulder. Collar. Imagine a bed on your collar. People are sleeping here. Okay, so that is how you remember it. Fingers. Imagine a helmet on your fingers. Brain protection. Brain protection. Okay. And new learnings. That is 9. New learnings. Imagine your belly to be a bookshelf or some books in your belly. And stress management, seed. I don't want you to say anything. Whatever you are imagining, just imagine it. Just remember that stress management associated is with seed. Okay, now it's easier for you to remember. Top, brain food, killing ants, exercising, brain nutrients, positive peer groups, clean environment, sleep, brain protection, belly, new learnings, seed, stress management. Okay, so these are the techniques that we have learned for improving our memory or improving our brain. Okay, and there is one more thing that I want to add to these techniques. It's not Jim Quick's technique. It's just something that I have tried myself. I am very bad at multitasking, and I ask everyone to just stop multitasking. Even in a research that I read says that we tend to finish the tasks that we do at multitasking. It takes longer than if we do them separately. And there is someone out there saying that, oh, I'm doing very good at multitasking. It is actually proof that they are performing the worst. So please stop multitasking. And we are done with the first part of the presentation. And we are going to which is how to optimize your brain. It's the morning routines, the 10 techniques, and giving up multitasking. So these are the things that you can use to improve your brains. There are so many other things, but these are the most important things for me, at least at the moment. And the second part of the presentation is sorry. Okay. The second part of the presentation is about staying positive and being motivated the whole time. So I have to tell you this, there's no one on the earth that can be positive or motivated the whole time. It's just nearly impossible. We cannot do that. But the most important thing to do is how we handle that situation when we lose interest or when we lose motivation. First, I'm going to tell you 4 reasons why we lose motivation, and then I'm telling you the solutions for those reasons. Okay. The first reason is our mind is directing us to negative thoughts. Okay. I want to tell you something. Let me look at this glass. This glass, half of this glass is water, and I'm asking you and giving you 2 options. Is this glass A, the glass is half full, B, the glass is half empty? Some of you might say the glass is half full, or some of you might choose B. As a matter of fact, all of you are right. The glass is half full, I don't know if it's half. So all of you are right, but it's just matter of perspective. Some of us just think negatively, some of us think positively. So if we see the positive side, we say it's half full. If we see the negative side, we see if we see the empty half, we see the negativity. So it's all about our thinking and how we speak. A friend of mine did a seminar on how to become a successful entrepreneur and asked the audience, how many of you are here to avoid failure? 80% of the audience raised their hand. But as positive thinkers, we shouldn't think about the failure. We should say that we are seeking success. We are not avoiding failures, we are seeking success. Success is here, failure is here, and you are here. Okay? So if you want to avoid failure, you come here because you don't want to fail, or you want to avoid failure, you will never get to the success. You have to fail once in your life to get to the success. Or we always have to think about the positive side of everything. I'm not smart enough to understand this book. But what you have to say is that I'm going to work hard. I spend more time to understand this book. As we said, that one of the techniques to improve your brain is killing the negative thoughts. So this is also very important to stay motivated. You have to think positively. Think about the positive side of it. This is first one. The second one is fear. I'll ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why children learn faster? Because they're not afraid of anything. Whatever you tell them, they just go and do it. They're not thinking about it. But as an adult, when you grow up, you tend to think more. And when you think more, you just create more fears in your life. We are afraid of failure. We are afraid of success. We are afraid of unknown. We're afraid of failure because we are afraid that people will criticize us. People will make fun of us. We are afraid of success. For example, you are offered a position to be hired at a company to become a manager, to manage 12 people, 12 employees. And you'll be like, oh, that is not something that I can do. I cannot accept this position. What if I get accepted? I'll become a manager and I'll fail, and I'll not be able to handle it. The third thing is fear of unknown. I see many people, they are afraid to travel alone. Why? Because they are afraid that they get lost. They are afraid they get to the airport and they don't know how to go to the hotel. They don't know how to use the transportation. They are afraid of not knowing the language. They are afraid of the food that is going to be offered, that they don't like it. They are afraid of so many things. So, okay, now Dawa is saying that you can ask your questions directly to Plus the Edge. So you can ask your questions. Get back to the fear. So we are afraid of so many things, right? But how we can handle this? I'm not going to tell you the solution. I'm going to tell you an experience that I have had. I really like adventures. The ones who know me, they know that I really like to try so many things in my life, and I love going on adventures. So one day I decided to go to bungee jumping. This is one of the things that I like to try. So I went to bungee jumping, and I reserved online. The day before that, I was so scared that I couldn't sleep at night, and I was thinking about it. And then the time came and I went to the place to do the bungee jumping. I had to go up the stairs to 22 meters to do my jump. While I was going up the stairs, my heartbeat was increasing. I was shaking. And when I got to the top, I was so scared I couldn't walk. I was like, this is not something that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it. Then my friends pushed me. They told me that you're reserved for it. You're going to do it. So, anyways, I dressed up for the jump and I was ready to jump. The guy told me, in order to do the jump, you have to have half of your feet out of the edge. This is the place that I'm going to do the jump. You have to have your feet, half of it out of the edge and half of it on the edge. And I'm going to count to 5 and I'll push you. He told me not to look down, but I couldn't. So I looked down. That was hell. That was the scariest moment of my life. But when he pushed me on 5, then on 6, you can't believe the happiness that I had. You can't believe the confidence. I felt so accomplished. I felt so happy. So that jump really changed my life. It was 22 meters and I got a certificate for it. And I'm proud of that certificate more than anything else in my life. That jump from 22 meters was a life-changing experience for me. What I mean by this experience is that it's only one moment to cross the edge. Once you cross the edge, then you just feel accomplished. You feel happy. The fear is only for one moment. So you have to overcome those fears in order to get to your goals. And this is the second one. So the first one was negative thoughts. The second one is fears. And the third one is what we lose interest because we set our goals. We tend to focus on achieving goals, not the system or the process behind the goals. What I mean by this is you have a messy room, okay? And you set a goal to clean your room. You're going to do that for 2 or 3 hours. You turn around after 3 hours, you'll have a clean room for now. If you don't change the messy habits that led to the dirty room. So what you really have to change is the habit of keeping clean so that you will have a clean room for the rest of your life. You don't need to set a goal to clean your room if you just keep it clean every time, right? It's the same for running a marathon. Your goal shouldn't be running a marathon. Your goal should become a runner. Your goal is not to pass the exams. Your goal is to learn. Your goal is not getting a degree, PhD, master's, whatever it is. Your goal should be to become educated. So that is most probably why the small habits matter in our lives. They don't change our life in over one night, but it's just like one push-up doesn't transform your body, but repeating the push-ups, they will make you a good they will make you the person who doesn't miss a workout. Meditating for 1 or 2 minutes doesn't give you a sudden or an immediate sense of calm, but it will repeating those habits will make you a meditator. And the last point to keep the motivation, to stay motivated, I want to leave you with this last point. It's very important for me. It has a big effect on my life. People just always tell me that, Snur, we never know if you have a problem or you are sad or you are upset because you always smile. I think this is the key for that. And actually, some of my friends and family members also get bothered by this. I am a very decisive person. So I tend to not think about everything for a long time if I can decide. So the point is, start now, start today, not tomorrow. Good intentions are worthless if you don't take good actions. We all know that one person who says, though, I'm planning to go to the gym. I'm planning to join the gym. When are you planning to go to the gym? Next Monday, or oh, next Monday comes. No, the first day of the month, and then it will become next month, and then next month, and until it becomes like 1st of January. We don't need to wait for 1st of January. We have to decide now. We have to do it now. We have to start doing actions. So stop making excuses. Decide now. Take responsibility. Start those few actions that you know that they will change your life. So don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about past. Focus on now. Start now. Start taking actions. That is all I had for today. I hope it was useful. And if you have any questions, I think I see some questions here. So, okay, I don't know, Dower, if you are going to read the questions or you want me to just answer them.